lights of Las Vegas shine brighter as the countdown to the Golden Tee World Championship continues. Soon, the world's elite virtual golfers will step onto the biggest stage in the game, competing for championship glory and the ultimate spot in Golden Tee's story. Every drive, chip, and putt will matter as veterans and breakout contenders collide in a pressure-filled battle of precision, nerves, and skill. More than a tournament, the Golden Tee World Championship represents the passion, rivalry, and unforgettable energy that makes the Golden Tee community unlike anything else in the world of gaming.
I am Steve Beatty, Mr. Misunderstood, Livonia, Michigan. So what drew me to Golden Tee was I was a bar rat at Army. Did a lot of bar games, darts, pool. I was very good at pool, played a lot of pool tournaments, and me and my buddies always went out, we played pool. I got pretty good at pool. They decided one day that they would no longer play pool with me because we played for drinks. And so we're gonna play this golf game, and I was like, you know what? Fine, we'll play this golf game. What's this golf? And they beat me, and I was like, all right, well, we're gonna have to play more of this golf game. And I kind of got obsessed with beating them at this golf game. How has it evolved over the years? It's such a good question. Like, how has my golf game evolved? Like, you play with different people. And everyone you play with, you pick up different things from them here and there. Not everybody does. Some people are stubborn or whatever, but like I try to pick up little things here and there from everybody that I play with. The game has evolved a lot over the years. There's been attrition. There's been click chips. So, you know, like I'm not a thumber. I used to thumb. Like I try everything and I try to figure out what works best for me. And I play around with, I have a home edition, so I play around with, on the side, like, does that work? And then I go back to whatever works good for me. I was a good Golden Tee person that wasn't going to Worlds, so I'm like, it's repetition, it's gameplay, it's playing more, it's playing with people that are better than you, going to PEGT events, going to tournaments, playing with people that are better than you, playing with people that are worse than you sometimes. But I would say playing with people that are better than you, I think, is you learn things, you pick up the most. There was a shot that Mr. Talo has kind of nicknamed after me called the back cut beady, where if there's a strong wind, I play Cosmos, so full wind balls. If there's a strong wind right or left, I click one or right, left, pull the ball back straight, and throw it out, and it kind of comes back to that center point. And Taylor calls it a back cut beady. I don't know if it's a signature shot yet, but that's what it is. For Worlds this year, I am going to mess around a little bit in the next couple of months with the click chipping. I'm not going to be a master of it by the time Worlds comes around, but there's certain chips here and there, the short ones. I'm not going to be a long click chipper, but trying to improve my game a little bit by messing around with that in the next few months, yes. Favorite memory of the tournaments or Worlds? There's so many. I can think of. Most of them revolve around Richard King, but favorite memory was Worlds probably, I think 3 years ago now, when I finished third in Worlds on my birthday, which was a pretty good memory. Like, I had a pretty good day. Overall, it was a great day. I would say that was my favorite memory. So consistency versus risk-taking is, I try to find a shot that is aggressive enough, and I said it earlier to somebody today, they're like, wow, that was super aggressive, and I was like, no, that was the safe shot. I call it safe aggressive, because I knew I couldn't get in trouble where, whether it be a full or a back cut or something where I know I can't water it, but I still give it a chance to go in the hole. Advice for someone who's a casual player trying to get better, I would say play more, try to find people around you to play. Like, come to these PEGT events that, like I said, you play doubles. Like, a lot of people don't like to play doubles, you know who your partner, but you learn something from everyone you play with. Even if they're not as good as you picked up something from everybody. So just be a sponge and play more, play as much as you can, go to these tournaments, and just pay attention and absorb everything. I don't know that I have any fans or rivals out there, but I would tell them all to do better.
I am Sean Gervais from Cypress, Texas. I really just started playing with like friends in a bar, and not to sound cocky, but I was good right away, and I would have kind of dominated my friends like gambling wise or whatever, and it was just fun. It kind of comes and goes with like what's going on, like with the whole click chipping thing. I was never a click chipper, but I jumped on that bandwagon as it happened and stuff like that. Gameplay, a lot of volume, a lot of play. Play every day. Just gotta, a lot of games. I've been known as Soirée, kind of a play on Gervais, Soirée, and it's just like an inside-out shot with the wind. I've been to a lot of these now, so kind of I know what's gonna happen, what to expect a lot. It's just try to treat it like any other tournament. This is a weird one. Probably the year I missed the cut for the first time and only time, and I won silver. I try to stay consistent and just play my game and hope to run good. That's basically shot by shot. I mean, if I need to go for something big, then I'll go for it. But if I have a lead or something, I'll play safe. Way more competitive. I mean, it's insane now. It's very hard to win, especially with click chipping. That's totally changed the game. Everyone's doing it, and it's tough to win. Play wind balls. That is big. Stouts should be going away. If not, I mean, the wind balls, like the Cosmos, huge advantage on most of the courses if you know how to work the ball. So I would say that. Just simply win. I want it bad.
I'm Joe Macera. I'm from Baldwin, Missouri, and I go by Giuseppe. I started playing Golden Tee when I was young. Started playing in my uncle's basement with my cousin. We didn't take it very seriously back then. But later in life, I had some friends that shared the same mutual interest and tried to get me to come and play, and found a quick passion for it, and decided, I think once I found out that, you could maybe make a little bit of money from it, that I was going to take it a little bit more seriously. And there was one guy at the time that I really wanted to beat, so I kind of dug my feet in and did what I could, to get better. I don't think it's evolved much. I learned from some of the best. Jeff Harlow, Jimmy Parker, Evan Gossett was always extremely helpful. Had the chance to play a lot with guys like Paul Luna and Sean Gervais. And, when coming up, obviously that's extremely beneficial for a new player to kind of be a sponge and absorb as much information as you can. And it's really kind of helped me craft my game into what it is today. Knowledge, I think, more than anything, and nerves, being able to manage nerves. Anytime you're on a stage or anytime you're in a competition, it's easy to get nervous. And, I guess having the confidence in yourself and what you're doing really does make a difference in how you perform. Doesn't always work out in your favor, but you always have to kind of take things in stride, one hole at a time, one game at a time. It wouldn't be any surprise to say that I hit a lot of pulls, generally turning one against or one or two with the wind and curving the ball with or against it to, reach my desired target. A lot of that comes from my daily experience over the course of the last 10 plus years. And I feel a lot of comfort in it, but to those who are newer, they might see it as being a little bit unusual. Out of the box, it's something that I think if you learn is very valuable, and I've been able to kind of harness that and help me kind of get to where I am today with that. Do I have a favorite world's memory? I would say, it's always good when you can get on the stage. And in 2018, I believe in 2018, I wasn't supposed to be there. And I got kind of, to the finals, and I was able to beat one of the greatest players of all time, Mark Stenmark, in our first finals match and take him to the grand finals. I would say that's easily my most memorable moment, because as a new player, you're not prepared for that. But it was really exciting to be there, and I'm very, very fortunate to have gotten to experience that, even though I ended up getting second. I think there's a steady balance. I think you have to have a steady balance, when you're approaching any golf course, whether it's in real life or on a video game, or arcade game. You have to know when to attack and when to be smart and to play the odds. I think experience lends to that decision-making process a lot. And I get criticized a lot for being too conservative sometimes, but I feel like I have a pretty good grasp on, when to attack and when not to. Some of the older, more seasoned veterans have kind of dropped off, and we've kind of seen a slow and steady replacement with some of the younger guys, which is great to see. Be a sponge as much as you can be. Try to learn as much as you can and make it your own. I tell my kids the same thing all the time. I have a 11-year-old and a 7-year-old, and you don't want to be an imitator. You want to be an innovator, because if you make something your own, it becomes a part of you. And I think that any new player, that's really important for them to kind of embrace and experience. And even though it might not work out, sometimes you got to take 2 steps back to take 1 step forward. And if they just stick with it and, stay committed, I think, hopefully it'll all work out for them in the future. And very fortunate to have experienced that. And I think that, even though there's that competitive spirit to try and win, there's never any bad blood. We're all kind of rooting for each other. And then to the people that, cheer me on or support me, obviously that means the world, because it's kind of part of the reason why I do this. I mean, it's really the most soul-fulfilling experience to give people some sort of entertainment or happiness in their life. And, at the end of the day, that's my goal.
My name's Gordy Brown. I go by Downtown in Golden Tee for Downtown Gordy Brown, and I'm from Michigan, just outside of Detroit. I started playing Golden Tee in about 2012. I was on a softball team in Florida, and I got asked to play a game when we were at the bar after our softball game, and I've been hooked ever since, pretty much. I wasn't very good then, and I played for 3-4-ish years, and then stopped playing for quite a while. And then about in 2020, I started getting back into Golden Tee and wanted to be competitive, so I started playing more, bought a PGA machine, and it's just kind of evolved from there. I feel like my game has changed a lot over the years. It's funny to look back at some of the older videos of myself on stream and think, like, what the heck was I doing? I take a lot of tips and mannerisms, per se, or shots from a lot of different Golden Tee players throughout the years. Some people have, you kind of model your game after somebody or multiple people, and it becomes your own game at some point. The difference between a good Golden Tee player and an elite Golden Tee player, I would say consistency in one word. You can have a lot of really good games or exceptional games, but until you can do it very consistently, that's what you need to be able to do. Whether it's the qualifier, like today, we are in the middle of a qualifier right now, but if you have one bad round, you're out. You have one bad round on Sunday, it's double elimination. But overall, it's consistency and being able to handle the nerves on Sunday. Yeah, preparing for Worlds, I actually enjoy, because I like using the Create a Course when IT releases that for this year's courses, just to work on the specific holes that I want to. And it's kind of like a culmination of this year's courses. It'll be on new tee boxes. So it's pretty fun that we get new tee boxes about a month before Worlds. So it's kind of like refreshing again, and you're not bored, and it's like time to learn something new just in time for Worlds. Yeah, my best Worlds moment, I guess, would be my second Worlds. I won the first course on the qualifier, so it was pretty cool to look down at the leaderboard and see myself in first place after one, and then making the main bracket, and I finished, I think, 13, 16 that year, so I was happy with that at the time, but this year I'm hoping to best that. I wouldn't say my play changes at all for Worlds, other than just the preparing for it and just being ready and getting the reps in. But as far as being on stage or just at Worlds in general, I just try to tell myself it's a normal tournament and then just go from there, and hopefully, I don't feel any nerves. The competitive scene now versus when I started playing in 2012, I feel is a lot different. There were no streamers, nothing like that. It was the only way to get better and learn was to go to tournaments. So you could be thinking you're really good at your bar, and then you go to a tournament and play, and it's kind of humbling. And again, I was pretty bad then, but going back now and looking at those tournaments and who the top 32 were and things like that, it's pretty fun to look at, and just to see the quantity of good players nowadays. Yeah, the advice I would give to somebody new or more of a casual player is just to play as much as possible and play with people that are better than you. I mean, it's go to tournaments. And then play with somebody you don't know. Just ask somebody to play a game. Everybody here behind me is so nice. Everybody will play a game with you. Ask questions, and it'll take you a long way. But ultimately, it's the reps. You have to play a lot. You're not going to get good by not playing. Yeah, I'm just really excited for Worlds this year. This is my fourth one, and we'll see. Maybe I can pull a couple upsets. And if we've seen anything over the past 2 years, it goes to show you it's anybody's game.
My name is Burak Temel. I was born and raised in Istanbul, Turkey. Currently, I live in Houston, Texas, and I play as Turk. I first started playing Golden Tee at a local bar, and at the time, I was a pool player, and I was losing my passion for pool, and my buddies were playing Golden Tee, and I asked if they would teach me, and it kind of kicked off from there. And I started playing in the tournaments. My first tournament was 2018 Houston event. It was a holiday classic. This was back when it was in Houston. And after that, it was a wrap. I was totally in love with the game. And I started traveling to all the national tour stops. And I took a break for about 4.5 years during COVID time, and I got back into it early 2025 last year. My game changed over the years by watching all the pros on live streams. Honestly, I would always take notes of certain things that they do really well, certain things that they do that I don't. More recently, I started filming myself, my own gameplay, and I would go back and watch it from before every tournament and see, in which areas I'm making the most mistakes and how I can stop doing that during a competition. I think dedication and the passion and love that we have for the game separates the casual players than tournament players. And the community, the love we have for the community, the friendships we have that we have built over the years. We show up for these tournaments because of that. Because we love seeing these guys. I mean, all of our friends every other month. To prepare for Worlds, I'm actually watching a lot of film, just like I did before. And I'm trying to focus more on the mental part of the game than physical, because that's always been a thing for me in competition, even when I played pool. My favorite memory from Worlds, I've been to 2 of them so far. First one, I wasn't a qualifier for it. I tried the close to the pin contest and I didn't get a spot. But I think Mark Stenmark winning it for the second time, it was just a great memory. For success and to become a better player and to be able to compete, you have to give it all. You have to give Golden Tee everything you got for Worlds, and that's what I'm going to do. To my friends in Golden Tee community, I just want to say thank you for the support over the last year, I think 15 months. I've been back in the game. You guys have been amazing. And to my family, my wife and my daughter, it's just great support from them. And it's just, they are the reason why I'm here and why I'm going for this World's title. I'm coming for the title.
My name is Andy Haas. I'm from Northfield, Ohio, and I play as Ship It. I first started playing Golden Tee when I was in college at Miami University. What first drew me to it was the big scrolling red marquee that said you could win $5,000 by playing in a round. So that, as a poor college student, obviously was intriguing to me. Always loved golf, and so, yeah. My game's evolved over the years just by constantly trying to implement new techniques. If you're not evolving, you're being left behind. So whether it's click chipping or, you know, any new technique, I'm always open to trying new stuff. I think what separates a good player from the elite is probably just the focus and the number of reps. You know, the best players are able to maintain their focus over, you know, an entire day rather than just one round. And that's probably what separates the best players from just the good ones. I wouldn't say I necessarily have a signature shot. I do like to hit full pullback shots as often as I can. And my thumbing technique may be a little unique. So yeah, that would probably be it. I prepare for Worlds like I do for any other tournament, just by getting as many reps as possible before the tournament. So I try to at least play a few games every single day leading up. I want to take 0 days off, probably like 3 to 4 weeks ahead of the tournament. Like, I want to play at least a little bit every day. Favorite Worlds memory would probably be, well, winning the first one in 2008 because, you know, obviously the first one, but then would have won the second one in 2016. It was also my best friend's bachelor party, and so having all my boys from home there was like, that made it pretty awesome. This year for Worlds, I'm just gonna do what I've always been doing, and just nothing different. I mean, it's working for a lot of other tournaments, so it's got to work for other Worlds one of these times. It all comes down to the situation. You know, when it comes down to whether to, you know, be safe or take a risk, you know, a lot of times it's dependent on the course. It's dependent on the opponent. You know, there's certain guys that you can maybe count on to make a mistake, and so maybe you want to play a little more steady and just wait them out. And then there's other guys like a Paul Luna or a JoJo where you know they're not going to make a mistake, and so when I'm playing against them, I always want to be super aggressive, and because I feel like I have to actively try and take the win because I know they're not going to give it to me. Well, when I first started playing Golden Tee, people didn't play at the volume that they do now, so people just they didn't play as many games. You know, you could win a game by missing a few strokes, and still now it's just, you miss one shot, you might be knocked out of the tournament. So that it's very different now in that respect. Yeah, the best thing you could do is to find someone who's better than you and to pick their brain and to play with them, because, you know, that's what I did when I started. I found a guy who was local, my friend Jerry, and he taught me everything I know. And just playing with people that are better than you is the easiest way to get better. Yeah, just I hope everyone enjoys watching. I try my best to put on a show every time I'm on the stream. And so, month away, I can't wait to get going. what can I do to break the world's curse of not having made a podium since 2016? So many things have to go right to win a tournament. You have to be playing well. You have to maybe get lucky once or twice. And so I'm just going to do what I always do and just trust the process. And one of these days, maybe it's going to work out again.
The stage is nearly set for the Golden Tee World Championship, and the excitement surrounding this year's showdown has never been greater. Elite veterans, breakout stars, and fearless challengers are all preparing for a chance to etch their name into the World Championship trophy. Under the brightest lights and the highest pressure, every swing could change the course of history.
Incredible! On this Father's Day, I'd like to remember there isn't anything better than being a dad.
To call for one.
And it's in. Oh boy. Too much stuff. Wow, fabulous shot. Down the green.
Welcome to Golden Tee PGA Tour. Get ready for an all-new Silver Strike. Roll a perfect game and win big.
Incredible! On this Father's Day, I'd like to remember there isn't anything better than being a dad.
Back to golfer one.
And it's in. Oh boy. Too much stuff. Wow, fabulous shot. Down the green.
Golden Tee PGA Tour. Get ready for an all-new Silver Strike. Roll a perfect game and win big.
Incredible! On this Father's Day, I'd like to remember there isn't anything better than being a dad.
To call for one.
And it's in. Oh boy. Too much stuff. finish off. Down the green.
Welcome to Golden Tee PGA Tour. Get ready for an all-new Silver Strike. Roll a perfect game and win big.
Incredible! On this Father's Day, I'd like to remember there isn't anything better than being a dad.
back to call for one.
And it's in. Oh boy. Too much stuff. Wow, fabulous shot. Down the green.
Welcome to Golden Tee PGA Tour. Get ready for an all-new Silver Strike. Roll a perfect game and win big.
incredible! On this Father's Day, I'd like to remember there isn't anything better than being a dad.
Back to call for one.
And it's in. Oh boy. Too much stuff. Wow, fabulous shot. Down the green.
Welcome to Golden Tee PGA Tour. Get ready for an all-new Silver Strike. Roll a perfect game and win big.
And we are live. Golden Tee World Championship. We are at the Palms. Adam Kramer, Kevin Lindsay, back for another year. What day is it?
Thursday, I believe.
Thursday.
We know it's Thursday because we are live here, as Adam said, Palms Casino Resort, 2026 Golden Tee World Championship.
And friends. We've got a Silver Strike championship. We've got doubles. We've got closest to the pin. We've got last chance qualifiers. We've got
speed run, three course. There's a lot.
Yeah.
It's with this being a arcade only Worlds here for this event, we added a lot to the docket, and we still have Mobile Worlds coming up in about a month. So more Golden Tee Worlds action. But right now we're getting ready to start doubles. And as some of you who are probably in the Midwest watching, weather's been a little rough the last couple days, so we've had a number of people reach out and say they were, delayed flights and everything. So we pushed back doubles a little bit. Travis Tressler from the IT team taking care of that. He put himself in that position. I didn't ask him to do it, so thanks and good luck.
He's a doubles fan. We're all doubles fans.
But I want to say when I spoke to him about 10 minutes ago, at least 65 people were signed up for doubles.
That's awesome.
So with this being, we've done doubles at the Worlds before, but this year we kicked it up a notch with a big prize pool and an actual, World Championship doubles trophy for these guys.
Yeah, a lot of tournaments for when I got started playing. Doubles was a way that really kind of drew me in, and you'd be able to watch whether you've played or not. It's a completely different strategy. You're playing with a partner. There's the teamwork element. There's equipment. There's a lot that goes into it. Alcohol, yes.
We have time to fill. Do you want to talk about your Wisconsin doubles story?
Man.
It was not Adam.
Jamie Nuss, if he's out there.
Yeah.
We had a deep run. We had to we got DNF'd. Let's just say the night was running late. And we could no longer participate. But it was a heck of a run in Wisconsin. So a lot of fun. Again, we are going to be here until deep, most likely Sunday night when we crown a Golden Tee World Champion. We were out and about earlier, and we saw Clint Grover, last year's champ, and
Mark Gomez.
Double champ. Yeah. So
surrounded by royalty of Golden Tee.
Well, and it speaks to, I think, a little bit of the just the surprises we've had over the last few years at this, which makes it fun. It's a deep field. It's the deepest ever. And we've seen players step up and perform. So these guys are here. They're ready. And it'll be fun to kick it off with the doubles and kind of work our way into it.
All right. Well, let's talk prize pool for doubles really quick.
Yep.
First place, 12,000, or not 12,000.
Sounds good. I'm in.
It sounds like a Monopoly grand, actually.
Yeah.
I thought about putting us in, but there's not enough people to do commentary. We're going to run inside, and the winner, they're going to face us for the money. I think we should do that about 12 a.m.
Yeah.
But $1,250 for first place, $900 for second, $750 for third, $600 for fourth, and then it goes from $500 down to $250. But a lot of prize pool added, and again, with this having a little bit more gravitas, like the official, first ever official one, trophies and everything.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how things step up.
We wanted to legitimize it, right? You and I talked about it a lot. To me, you look at, real golf in the world. I think the team elements are fascinating when you have got the Ryder Cup and other ones and whatnot. As we look through, different prize pools here, but. And the nice thing, like you mentioned, we're spacing this out a little bit. There's a lot going on in that room right now. We've got doubles getting ready. We're qualifying players for our Silver Strike event. We've got speed run trials going on. And the room, by the way, maybe I shouldn't be surprised at this point, but when we opened the doors, they flew in, and it was great to see. So we've had players here since 11 o'clock, and we will be here much later, past 11 p.m. Right? It's going to be a long one. So as you're looking here at the prize pools, and this is a really unique element that we're excited about. So every year we've been at the Palms now for a couple of years. We want to change things up. So one of the things that we did this year, partnering with the Palms, to say let's add a charity element to this. So what we're doing this week, until the event ends on Sunday night, we are going to be tallying up all the great shot points across 22 cabinets, correct?
Yes.
22 cabinets. Doesn't matter if these are tournament games. They could be warm-up games. We don't care. We're gonna just tally these, And for every 10 million great shot points, we're going to each donate $500, both the Palms and Incredible Technology, to the Klein Veterans Fund. It's a local charity that supports vets in Nevada. Palms, when we told the Palms what we want to do this, they recommended Klein, and we're thrilled to partner with it. We have such a strong vet presence with Golden Tee and Incredible Technologies, and we're excited about this. And again, all you got to do is play. And for us, it's a great communal goal. I'm excited to see how high we can get. We were beta testing just last year, like what is
Deep dive on the
appropriate.
data,
and it was unbelievable to see just how many great shot points are being had throughout this weekend.
Well, and you think about the fact that you just said, the doors opened at 11 o'clock and people were rolling in, which they always do.
Yep.
But I think, legitimizing doubles, having the Silver Strike qualifier, and then, of course, a little bit with the speed run qualifiers today and tomorrow, people were just on machines. And I think, probably within 30 minutes, all the machines are just about were taken up. So throughout the weekend, we will get you a tally, and that graphic will change because I wouldn't be shocked if we surpass that number.
I hope so. Yeah, that's the goal. And no, it's just a great. We have a couple of different twists this weekend. This is another one that we'll update throughout, and excited to see how high we can go.
All right, now that as we're getting ready, I hear Travis in the background calling doubles. I believe we have 68 people officially, but let's take a look at the championship bracket prize pools. And we've shown the graphics earlier before we were talking about the charity aspect, but we'll break down the prize pools. First place, $30,000.
Not bad.
As we've kind of set up over the last few years. I'm sure Clint Grover's got his big old Golden Tee World Championship check hanging up. Second place, $15,000. Third place, $10,000. Fourth place, $7,000. You've got over $60,000 just in the top four spots alone. And now I understand why accounting is always like, you guys give so much, and it's good. You guys are the reason why we're doing this, and you think about the people that are qualified with us also having not just a silver bracket, but a bronze bracket this year. We added a few more qualifiers, and be interesting to see how that plays out over the next couple of days.
Yeah, I look at this. I look at 32nd place. I can't help but think about the qualifier. I think it's the most interesting day of the year. Obviously, crowning a champion, of course, you get the heroics, you get the heartbreak. But that qualifier is always fascinating on Saturday. We get to watch it, really 2 heats of each course twice. You've got ranging pars on courses. You've got difficulty levels obviously change, and the nerves are kind of through the roof, especially early on. So it'll be very interesting to see what the scoring is and just giving yourself a shot. We'll say it again repeatedly, you can't win it on Saturday, but you can lose it. And so, as was the case the last few years, there's been surprise names all over the place, both in the main, out the main. It's going to happen again.
Yeah, and we're talking about the number of qualifiers. I want to talk about the courses. Of course, with it being June, everybody knows the 2026 courses: Alaska Lakes, Machu Picchu, Acoma Mesa, Hawkeye Hills, Gunnison Gap. Those new Jim Z courses, they're great. New tees just came out a few weeks ago. But then you think about TPC Twin Cities, a course that, the top guys, they like to get high scores on.
Yep.
And if it ends up in the qualifier or even in match play, it's a course where we've seen it the last few years. You got to go the extra distance.
Yes.
And that, trying to go for that eagle and getting in the water. Of course, that applies to every course, but I think especially with the TPC, because those are so much more competitive. But then you factor in Desert Valley, Celtic Shores, and Elkhorn Ridge, reteed courses, second-year retees. And I think the big potential here is Kings Canyon, the Golden T4 Remaster course. Not as volatile or high-scoring as Rattlesnake Ridge, but it's not far off.
No,
it's probably number 2 with Rattlesnake being number 1. And that is pretty much could be a deciding factor in a lot of matches come Sunday.
Yes, and in addition to these courses, we're going to be talking about the 2027 courses as well. Jim Zielinski, the co-creator of Golden Tee and the course designer, is out here. Also worked really hard on this bowling game, but you see the silhouettes here. And so what we're going to do at some point, probably tomorrow, is talk to Jim about the new courses. We're going to reveal the logos, talk about the different spots. Really interesting, always interesting. This to me is been one of my favorite like announcements of the year as a player and in the position that we're in, just to talk about where we're going to be playing next year, not even next year, come September. And
next Golden Tee.
Yeah, next Golden Tee.
Which
soon,
is not
a couple
far,
months. Yeah,
3 months.
So it's we'll talk to Jim a little bit about it. We'll give you guys some information as the Golden Tee update season will be here as soon as this thing is done. But first and foremost, we got a lot to get to. We got matches to get to. Again, we're at the Palms. You're watching the Golden Tee World Championship. We're going to kick things off today with doubles.
All right. I just heard from Travis. He is getting people up and ready to go, but we'll talk through some of these names. Again, the doubles open to anybody, so you did not have to be a World Championship qualifier. There's a number of people here from Canada that didn't qualify that are trying to get in. Just a lot of people who, when you talk to them at a national Golden Tee Tour event, they say, I'm not sure I'm going to go to Vegas. It's a lot, and then, of course, you see them here because it's Vegas.
Yeah.
You got the gambling, the drinking, hanging with friends, and Golden Tee. But a few people starting off with buys, but it looks like Alex Makowicz and Pete Schmidt against Ben Vania and Miller Mons. Miller Mons is a really good player. But also Ben Vania has been playing a lot lately too. So what we did was A/B players.
Yes.
And so when Travis was taking signups, you get everyone's handicap straight from the GT Caddy, and then you pretty much find the middle balance and you randomize it. It is.
But it's fun because you're trying to make these teams as even as you can. And it's tricky because A and B, there's margins between them, right? But it's a cool thing to do. It's also you're partnering up people with, maybe you get lucky and get partnered with somebody or maybe, you know what I mean? Like this, it's a different format. So I was going to ask you about it too, because it's been a minute since I played doubles. What is your, like, it's such a different play. And it really does depend on kind of who you're partnered with. But I remember using my doubles experience, light, fun, and I was always like, hey, I'll play whatever ball you want to play. Like, I'm good. I'm not, and you have some that are going to be really, hey, I play this type of thing. And you have to find that balance of who's going to kind of, quote unquote, win out in that.
Yeah, it truly is hard to find a balance. I think this year is a little bit easier than years past, just because at tournaments, and again, it's course dependent, but a lot of people playing Cosmos.
Yes.
So it was different than when you had stouts and like barrages and then a little bit of Cosmo like last year or just a few years, because if you go from Cosmo, but your opponent your partner who's more of an A player plays stouts, then that's when those conversations become tougher because, again, even though it's double elimination, there's a lot of money on the line. So you got to find a balance because all it takes is, your partner using a 1 hybrid or a 2, like a club that just is only course dependent that you don't use, and you're on the tee box. You could talk to your partner a little bit, but still you have to be the one to execute that shot.
Yeah, and that is going to be interesting too. And obviously, the deeper you go in a doubles tournament, I think the more conversation that you have. Stakes get a little bit higher. I know the thing that was always interesting to me is if I hit a bad shot, whether it's a drivable par 4 and we're chipping, or you know what I mean, and you're putting your partner in a compromised situation. That was
something
always,
you and I have done a lot, unfortunately.
Yes, I've missed a lot of greens. You feel horrible. Like you feel horrible. So it is, but that's the name of the game, right? Like everybody's going to have that. You're going to try and pick each other up. If you play in a golf outing, in a real golf course, twosome, foursome, there's going to be some of that as well. So a lot of fun, and you're right. It'll be interesting to see how talkative people are, just the general strategy that people have. And more than anything, we just get to play some Golden Tee.
The other thing that I apologize for forgetting to mention, but is kind of one of the most fun pieces of doubles, whether it's at a national Golden Tee Tour event or Worlds, is classic courses.
Yes.
So you're not going to play on the 2026 courses because we're doing that all weekend. So you're going back 20 years pretty much to the original Golden Tee live courses, whether you're spinning the trackball, hitting the random button. And so that, when you and I would play doubles with like Craw and Miser and we'd end up on like Bonnie Moore or something,
good thing.
That's fun because even if you're going to end up losing, you're having a
Southern
good time.
Oaks, not so hot.
Yeah.
For any of us, by the way.
Correct. So the course selection, the randomizing of
Yeah.
that is really that could really make a difference, especially for these teams where you're randomly paired A, B, and all that.
Yes.
And I want to look at some of these teams again. Andrew Cosgrove and Matt Miller, and then Matt Van Hoosier and Skipper Horner. Skipper, who has not been to a tournament in so long. I mean, I'm 8 months away from being at IT for 10 years, which is absolutely crazy to say. And I think I saw Skipper the first year I was here.
Yeah, he reminded me how much the Mets sucked the moment I saw him. And
yeah,
he's right. We do have that in common.
He can go back away for a little
yeah,
while.
Yeah.
But he was telling me, in 2008 at the World Championship, it was an open qualifier. And so he was there for that. But he had to earn his way in here. In his words, he said that he had to really earn his spot to get into Worlds here.
It's awesome to see him. I'm with you. It's been a minute.
And he streams all the time. So talk about somebody who you don't see his name a lot because he's not at the tournaments. But if you get him on the stream machine, especially with Matt Van Hoosier, who's a really good player, home edition owner, great person in general.
There's some character on that team. That's awesome.
That is, again, all these guys and gals are great people, but just depends on the matchups you get, and you get on a 1 or 2 game roll, and things become easier.
To me, the personality part is fun too. Like some of our most memorable things is you're playing, whether you're qualifying, you get paired with somebody, and you just got a good flow going. It's just like anything else. But the camaraderie element of this is huge, and this is a warm up, right? We're going to crown a champion in this. We're giving away money, but the really thing is to break in track balls, have a good time. And, we open this room. You've got literally a casino 100 feet away from us, right? And you would think, they're going to want to go gamble. They're going to do that. No, people want to play. They want to see their friends. They want to see people that they don't play with every week. And they want to gamble. They want to have fun. And they want to play Golden Tee. So our goal here is to give them every opportunity to do that. And then, so some of the other things, too, just to tie a bow on it, Silver Strike. We've got a new game. It's been out for a few months. We brought it here. Watching some of the Golden Tee guys who maybe played a little bit, played Silver Strike in the past, try to figure this thing out is fascinating, right? It's
you get a Paul Taylor.
Yeah, and I was like, Paul, you got to go
master
try
of the
this out.
fools.
Yeah, see what style you're going to go with. I know just watching some of them, it's wild to see all the we got different ball types and other things. There's a lot of similarities to Golden Tee. Including how the ball spins. So already I'm like, wow, this is an education. I wish I could play in that. I'd have a much better chance right now, I think, winning the Silver Strike event than a Golden Tee event.
I'll do it for you in honor of you. I know you had a good game earlier.
I did.
Tell me about it.
I did. I think it was 270. I had all strikes and then one non-marked frame. And then the next game, I think it was sub 200. So once you lose, it's
kind of like the slot machines.
It's my Golden Tee game these days too. If you could just slow and steady, it's going to go well, and if not, it won't. So we'll see plenty of that.
And by the way, the first couple matches I did read off. It looks like they are going to be on the stream machine. So 2 really good
awesome
matchups. And if you're not following us on social media, I know you're watching on one of these channels. Make sure you go to the other ones. Share, comment, like, subscribe. Again, as Adam mentioned, this is going to be a long few days in the best way possible. Our voices will probably be gone by tomorrow afternoon.
I've already got allergies. We're not trending well there, but we will.
See.
We will persevere.
There'll be a couple of bottles of honey
delivery,
here shortly. Yeah. Speaking of bottles of things here, though, I want to shout out, obviously, Palms Casino Resort, Yamava, friends of ours, not just for Golden Tee Worlds, but we did a Silver Strike kind of kickoff event with our operators in March. This is our 3rd year here, and the partnership is stronger than ever. Laura De La Cruz, who was the VP of Marketing at Orleans, who was VP of Marketing here and is now the assistant GM.
She's amazing.
She's amazing.
She has been pre-COVID. That was, to me, when the world's really really found its footing again, and Laura was a huge part of that. Then at Boyd, and now obviously at Palms, kind of happened chance to see this event grow. And you're right, having them as our partners, they are huge fans of IT, and they're huge fans of Golden Tee and clearly Silver Strike. We're leaving one of the Silver Strikes here for them.
Yeah.
Because they want it, so
But
it's great to have good partners in this.
Yeah, and every year we come back here, we always joke like, oh, Vegas is just so hot in the summer. But thankfully, the action of Golden Tee and stuff in here is hot, but they keep it cool. And then the other thing, too.
I won't be outside for 4 days. It's
No,
fine.
at least you could see the sun because we got the pool not far from us.
Sort of.
But as these guys are checking in, the other people I want to thank, of course, Andy Kuhlman, our director of esports at Incredible Technologies, him and his production team, PJ Lux, of course, Richard King from Golden Tee TV. You'll see him running around, taking photos, shooting videos. Our friends at Power Events Golden Tee Tour, Russ Layton, really making the 5 a.m. move-in yesterday morning go by smoothly. Of course, Steve Sobel, who will be doing a lot of the TOing over the weekend. Paige Gossett, who is kind of like unofficially here, enjoying it, but she also helps kind of rein everybody in if we need it.
I do want to give the production crew, and we'll say it throughout the weekend, a shout out. Before the stream even got going, these guys were here till, middle of the night last night just to make sure everything is up and running. And by the way, we started our day, like you mentioned, at 4:30 a.m. to move everything in. So they work really hard to deliver just a flawless stream, and you probably won't see them much in the background holding cameras and everything, but they make this whole thing go. So we appreciate you guys.
And one of the things you're going to see, as you can tell if you're watching right now and not just listening to Adam and I's smooth voices, the Gatorade logo that is popping up as our friends at Gatorade, new friends, new partnership. We're doing some things with them. They have given all the qualifiers and our staff our own Golden Tee World Championship custom Gatorade squeeze bottles, so we appreciate them. The beginning of, I think, a lot to come. Speaking of which, Agave Ranch, I talked to Matt earlier, seems sober. That seems like a 9 p.m. tournament shot and not a...
Yeah,
but if there's anybody who can come back from that, Skipper, because he plays all the time and he's all over the place. Oh!
So
poor Skipper.
Did that did stay? Okay.
It bounced off the stick.
Okay, but he's fringing. So obviously this is hole one. We are, we've got two, you know what I mean? But this is how doubles goes. And the dreaded, oof, yikes, the dreaded even after one.
But you know what? As mad as all four of these gentlemen are, at least they're even.
I don't know if we'll see that again.
No.
For the rest of the weekend.
No, and I will say, these are brand new trackballs in these games, and the two machines that have not been touched are the
trackballs.
Well, somebody's going to do it. I'm just getting ahead of it.
Yeah. No, I mean,
I'm going to text Matt right now.
No,
nice shot,
it's
buddy.
It's a little. You're stepping away from the machine. It's a really weird cadence to this. It's really weird to get going. But then once you get going in doubles, so remind me, just to be clear, it's alternate shot, and then you're alternating who tees off so
correct.
So that is also part of this.
Don't worry, it wasn't the production
part
stuff.
Of
It
the
was my
strategy
stuff.
here is as we go double here. There we go. Good. Oh. So what do we got? A little Grand Canyon. Oh yeah, love this hole. This was always an awesome.
When it's drivable, I love it. When it's not,
oh, there you go.
Look at that.
There's the old.
That makes up for the par on hole one.
See, just takes a little while to get going. Skipper and Van Hoosier is that is a dynamite team.
Was not the team I was looking for in doubles, but I think it might be the team I need.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So hole one, Grand Canyon's always a really interesting course. A lot of fun shots throughout, especially that back nine. This will be good too. This was more inclined. These courses are probably more in line when I was a more active participant. We love this. These are the courses that to me, kind of where my interest in Golden Tee was sparked is these kind, especially like at Grand Canyon. You got that downhill par 4 coming up. It's a really, really fun course.
And then you have Agave Ranch, and I'm going to give you credit that hopefully is due, but you were this was one of the courses that when you started to transition over to the development side. Really pushed our programmers and our artists for, and it's a beautiful course, and it's a fun, scoreable course with some of these random tees.
No, it's totally. This is going to be a blast. All right, so it's a long first hole. Yeah, so it starts off Grand Canyon, right, and then you work your way down, a little bit like Gunnison, where you have like these two opening holes, and then all of a sudden things get real.
Grand
right?
Canyon walked so Gunnison Gap could run.
Yeah, but it'll also be interesting here. You've got. I think the one thing I'm really interested to watch all weekend, and I'm interested to watch Jim watch it all weekend, is the chipping. The chipping, to me, as I look at Worlds last year, and just the state of Golden Tee as a whole, is where the game has really evolved to me. Where players now from, you pick a distance, there's any club. You can handle it with elevation, you can handle it with lips, you can handle it with wind. I think that's where the game has really kind of transformed in some regard. So not just in doubles, of course, but when you start to get to the qualifier, you mentioned the PGA's TPC. Oh, that's where you start to see the power of that.
Yeah. The number of times that you will see the game screen kind of like reset because these guys are trying to get their quick chip down the line, especially like you said with qualifier and in match play. You think about an Andy Haas, a Paul Luna, Paul Taylor, like the things that really can push those guys to that next level. It's interesting if you're any kind of skill level player watching Golden Tee. Even when I'm at the National Tour events, some of the shots these guys hit, I just stand there and go, how? Like how?
The chipping, just watching what it takes to get to or near and through the King of the Hill, it's going to require guts, maybe a little bit of luck. And, you're going to really have to find your way around the course with all the clubs in your bag at any distance. All right, now, kind of fun. We got a couple of canyon courses to start. This is a really good look here on Grand Canyon. I think this has got a chance to go.
This is a very smooth, one-handed kind of push from Pete there.
Yeah.
And especially with doubles, and I'll say that a lot, but you talk about Grand Canyon and the ups and downs, but 16, I don't care how many strokes ahead you are, if you get anywhere near double eagle on 16 and your opponent gets either OB or stuck in the dirt, like that, and 17.
The other thing with doubles is you really want to, you have to be aggressive, obviously not too aggressive. You don't want to give your partner 30 to 40 footers. That was always a little unnerving too, right? You step up to a ball, and there's some instances where you don't have a choice. There's some holes.
Is that the announcer jinx?
No, but like these putts, when you're stepping away, you got to step back. They're not fun. So it's not just not missing greens or shots. It is like really trying to keep it within 10 to 12 feet. And most of the people playing in this, A, B, or otherwise, are going to feel good about that.
Yeah, you think about, when I first met you, which at this point is probably over 15 years ago.
Probably.
For better or for
Scary.
worse. But when I started playing Golden Tee with you and our dear friend Brad Litz, the term A and B player meant so much, like it was so different back then compared to now, because you have a B player that may be one or not even a stroke away from technically the A distinction.
Well, and that is there's an element of luck with some of these teams. Oh boy.
Okay.
All right. So here you go, partner. Assuming he can chip, have this chip. We're scouting the World Cup bets in the chat right now.
Oh, that's good. All right. Let's see. It's an important chip for Alex, but it's a World's qualifier. There you go. You see the click chip.
There it is.
Got it.
Yeah, that's not what you want to come back to. Oh. Wow. All right. I'm going to chip over this sand. and hopefully not go into the other sand.
You know, hopefully they were watching the other match on the other machine and saw what they did on hole 1 for both teams.
These guys are moving pretty good, actually. All right.
Now, doubles is double elimination. So the loser of both of these matches, they do not have to worry. They will still have another opportunity. They'll get down into the loser's bracket, and it gets a little tougher.
That's nice, because that kick is normally not very favorable.
Well, and for this being
This is another really good look.
the flat look, that makes such a difference, especially early on.
Problem here is, yes, you want to lay in this thing and let it kind of roll out a little bit, but you risk being short. You don't want to be short, and you don't want to be long. That's a lot safer, and that's just fine.
Now, with Agave, I don't think they're going to get it. They'll get it close here. I don't think you're going to get in chipping range, but with some of those looks, you could actually get it pretty close out there. You need to have a perfect win, but there's something about hitting out of the sand, especially for a look like this, that, you know, if you played enough Golden Tee, you know you're going to lose a little distance, and you have a hybrid, just kind of letting it roll out there like Matt is doing.
Green to work with. That's a good shot.
See what Mr. Cosgrove from Canada can do.
That's a good look. Oh, great shot.
Yeah, I feel like one of the stresses is when you know it's a good looking shot and you're like, okay, I don't want to wish ill on my opponent, but can you just have that stop? You know, get Jim Z to stop that ball just a couple inches from the cup.
I can already see the dialogue between Skipper and Matt. You can just read body language. Matt's Matt's in this one for good, which I love.
I got to be honest, like with how much Skipper plays and Matt's level of depth too, like they may be a good contender.
Matt when he's playing a lot, can be an exceptional Golden Tee player. Matt has a ton of game, a ton of history, also much better voice. He will do the Calcuttas at tournaments, which is I don't know, in some of these, a huge, monumental, many words thing. I've always been impressed by his ability to handle that. Good shot. All right, here we go.
I've always loved the offset with a win like this on that hole.
Mm-hmm.
Number 8 on Agave.
Probably push back towards it slightly. That's a good shot. All right, so again, the outwind on Grand Canyon pretty much every hole. This is another fantastic look. Try a couple of different shots.
As long as you
here.
push it a little bit farther to the right than the left.
That's a good one. I found this hole on Grand Canyon never carried all that well. You're a little bit, you got a little slight uphill. So I like the idea of, rather than spinning it back, land and let this thing kind of go.
Oh, another really good shot there.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Now this is a nice setup on 9. Again, not drivable per se, but you can get it up there for chipping range if you'd like.
Yeah, that is good. That's a shorty look. So Grand Canyon, let's see, other holes of note. Number 9 is always really interesting, depending on where your tee box is, because you're gonna have to, curl it around.
17.
17, yeah.
If you survive 16 and just walk away with an eagle, you're happy, and then you get to 17, you're like, okay, this can go one or two ways.
I mean, this is a pretty good look here, assuming you hit the fairway, which you should, because you're probably going to have a pretty straight wind, I would imagine. Let's see what the pin is. Coming in here in Agave. Good shot.
And it looks like Cosgrove and Miller are using stouts. So when you see that 6 mile an hour wind, it is not a full 6 mile an hour wind.
All right, so again, if you're just tuning in, we're at the Palms in Las Vegas. Come hang out, come watch, come have a beer or 2, 3. We got doubles tonight. We've got last chance qualifiers tomorrow. We've got our close to the pin events tomorrow night, which is always a fun, awesome get together, and people trying to get into the event. Oh my. That was not for the faint of heart.
This is not a, there's not a ton of hard par 3s on this course, but like this one is not a nice setup. And I say that, and Matt, being the player he is.
Now, this is the putts, right? These ones. Now, if you're playing at your local bar here, you're not going to think too much about this putt. When you get thrust into it in doubles, your sight lines are different. Now, I'm sorry for jinxing it.
That's all right.
But look, I mean, you can see that line, right? That's a big miss, and it's going to happen. Oh, by the way, the other part of this too, these guys are playing on the stream. You've got some of these guys. First match of the day. Some of these guys are probably not accustomed to playing on the stream. Good for them. We've been there and done it. It's hard.
It really is.
You're thinking about it. Your decision making is impacted based on it.
You can try your best to ignore it, but it's really hard to ignore a big camera and some bright lights in your face.
Well, I think you're just like, oh, here we go. So this is not a terrible look on Grand Canyon 9. It's always interesting, though, landing this, especially you're not going to get too much spin. You just need to not leave it out to the right. That's a good shot. That's a really good
beautiful shot. By the way, Mr. Mont's wearing one of our licensed Golden Tee shirts, the old school golfer, old school Golden Tee logo. So we'll give him a shout out for that, and obviously for a beautiful shot.
That was an awesome shot. Really good pin too. This is the ideal pin. Just great. This setup again has been fantastic.
Now let's see if we did the announcer's jinx on the rest of the setup.
Yeah, I'm trying to get, and I'm not pulling up Golden Tee Fan right now. We're doing this. We'll do it live. Yeah, it gets interesting. You've got, I forget what hole it is. Maybe it's 14. Where you got to drive it to the drivable par 4 where you're driving around the canyon to the right.
I
don't know if that's 14 or not. It's in the
14
vicinity.
or 15.
Yeah. Sit. Oh, sometimes you could get lucky and get. Oh boy.
Oh.
That's it.
Oh.
That sucks. That is not. You didn't see that a lot. Most of the time, you're going to run into something, and it was going to land, unless you hit it violently, pretty soft. That was not one of those moments.
No.
And then you got to try and do this. Oh, great shot. That was a great.
And that hole does not give a lot of good drops.
No, no, that was almost a great.
You can find yourself in between clubs a little bit on that.
Now let's take inventory. Oh, they clicked right through it. All right, 2 strokes.
Which on this course really doesn't mean a lot.
That's another trademark of Grand Canyon. Some of these, it gets tighter as you're going. That's a good shot there.
Skipper's got to be careful here. I always love the shorter look on this hole so much better.
You know, the interesting thing about some of these agave ones is the distance, right? You're in that awkward. If you were going to hit a hybrid, you'd have to step on it, and then you'd have to hit this well. That looks pretty good. The Van Hoosier body language is outstanding early going here. Oh boy. Ooh. I don't know. I don't.
I think that was more just the camera and the
Camera?
shading a little bit.
Well, this is a little tougher too because you're going to have to try and cut back to it. Yeah, those are good shots. That's not an easy approach here on Grand Canyon on the right. All right, so these guys, after par in the first hole, these guys on the left have recovered nicely again. A 2-shot deficit as well. These are one of those putts that you really want to have. Good putt. Good putt. A non-pullback thumbs putter. What would you say, percentage-wise, the majority are palms versus thumbs in the year 2026?
When it comes to putting,
Yes.
60 palms, 40 thumbs.
Thumbs is still... What about for those of us who are now both, which is me?
I don't know.
Depends on the day.
Oh.
Yeah, I forgot Agave has these just kind of slightly crowned greens that are not huge. Makes for some really interesting setups. Hole 18, yes, Agave. That is the island, correct?
Yeah, but it depends on if you get the par 5
Yes.
setup or the drivable par 4.
Now this hole here on Grand Canyon for 11, interesting look, depending on how aggressive you want to get with your cuts, or if you're just gonna cut it back in or just do a straight push. I was never at just a straight push. That's a good shot. Great shot.
Oh!
Very nice.
Mr. Schmidt with the hole-in-one.
That was beautiful. Now, again, it's an interesting lesson for people watching out there. You ask the better players in the room what they would do there. They're going to cut it back into the wind, right? Which, by the way, with a hybrid, I've always found to be difficult for whatever reason. Not overcomplicating it. Push it, cancel the wind out just with this push, and then boom. Love it. Doesn't always have to be that complicated. Doesn't.
No. But sometimes it works for the best.
It does. No, you're going to see some things this week, but I love it. I think the biggest thing, too, over these next 4 days, tell your friends, if they're learning how to play Golden Tee, if they want to be better at Golden Tee, they will never learn more in a stretch of however many hours. I don't want to say it because
don't do
so
it.
many hours. But this is a crash course of, yes, will you be able to do these things immediately that you're going to see? No, but will you learn how to, managing hazards, strategy, just different things on different courses that you probably didn't know were possible. It's unbelievable.
Well, you know what's funny is when I meet new players at the National Tour events, especially in the last 4 or 5 years, as we'll call it post-COVID, they reference the stream and watching better players or just players doing unique things, because when you're playing with your buddies at home, at your home bar, your home Golden Tee Home Edition, you can only learn so many things unless you're going and trying ridiculous shots.
Pre-Peggett Tour, I would get these emails and calls, and it'd be like, there's no way somebody's shooting 30 under in a game of Golden Tee. It's like, well, go to your bar, go to this bar, go to that. Now, you just send them a link. And be like, here you go. They are, in fact, this week, a 30 under will lose on multiple occasions.
Oh, yeah.
And that's where we're at. Yes, and with Speedrun, not only are they shooting 30 under, they can do it now in
7, 8 minutes,
4 to 5. Speedrun's kind of like the mile. Like you get. Oh, look!
Reminds me of the Pacer test.
Oh, that Pacer sucks. We should do that here.
I think
And
getting
in
up at
addition
5
to
a.m. was
Speedrun,
the Pacer
group
test.
Pacer. All right, so a couple of wayward shots. Interesting look here on Agave. Oh, that's a really good shot. Really good shot. Got to avoid that lip. Got to avoid that lip at all costs.
Important chip here for Mr. Van Hoosier. Also an important shot for Mr. Mons. Great chip by Matt, saving himself there, and a great shot. This is hole 13, by the way.
I was close.
Close.
Pretty good. Pretty good for a course that is 10 plus years old. Now, this is not a bad look. You got a slightly helping wind. You've got a pretty good, you're not tucked too far right on the tee box. It's always a little awkward with the stagger here, right? Because if you're going to, depending on which turn you're going to come from, that's the turn right there. To me, it's a high tee, it's backspin or bite, and then just don't undercut it. But if you overcut it, by the way, that is also bad. Let's see how far. Oh, so that's a big swing there. That's a lot of, yeah, I was going to say, that is a lot. Yeah, that shot meter told the story there, unfortunately.
Shot meter can be very helpful.
No, but
and a good tool, but sometimes can also be the opposite. Important chip here for Alex. Oh, just a bit to the right. All right, putt here for Ben. Important eagle putt. There you go. And for hole 18 here on Agave, non-drivable look. Pin could be a little bit more in the middle for these guys, but the wind is going to be favorable.
Yeah, this is a fascinating sequence of holes here on both games.
Yeah, I was really hoping that we'd get a bit of a win there on Grand Canyon just to see if somebody would go for hole 14. A couple of YouTube shots of the week, shots of the year from that hole. And I believe I believe Skipper Horner and Matt Van Hoosier won. It's also hard when you're playing doubles because you don't know whose nickname is who sometimes. But honestly, having a full screen Grand Canyon for the at least for the next few minutes.
Yeah, this is a fun stretch
for these couple of holes. So nobody going for a drive, but left 10, left 8, left 8 green slope, wind blowing 10 to the left. You got to make sure you don't leave your opponent with a long putt, but also make sure you don't kiss that rock wall.
IT debate has broken out in the room, not from us.
No.
John Noble is.
Oh, and that's what.
If you heard any non-appropriate language, we apologize.
Okay. All right, so it did not get wet, but not an ideal spot.
No. No, that's just take your medicine. I do like this putter, by the way. Outstanding.
Yeah. I don't know what we're looking at, but all 4 of them are turned to the left, so it's got to be good.
Just getting a little World Cup bet in.
When in Vegas.
Yep.
So 6-stroke difference here, but a couple interesting holes coming up.
There
so
is.
it's not you're not scot-free just yet.
No, it's especially for this course, but it's always a weird spot. We'll see it throughout the weekend too when you're chasing or you're not trying to give up strokes. I do love this course though.
Wonder if it would be an interesting reteed course.
Potentially, the
Lots of lots of drops.
The interesting thing with some of the reteeds too, and we'll talk to Jim about it. It's you got to find a course that has the structure to accommodate like the various space and everything else. Oh, that's a good shot. This is it's a good look, but that's also, you got to be careful not to shoot this thing too far past. Oh, that's a good shot.
The 5 Hybrid's a nice club to have there, though.
All right, so we are winding down one of our first matches here at the Golden Tee World Championship doubles edition. Oh yeah, this was always fun.
Oh, I don't know how much I love this.
Yeah, no. When I say fun, I'm glad I'm not playing it right now.
Yeah.
So also, like, you wonder with these, whether it's equipment or familiarity, it's probably been a minute, right, for some of these courses.
Well, and you'll see a lot of this similar kind of sticky situations with Gunnison and the qualifier and the match play. It's not a great place to lay up. I mean, you can lay up, quote unquote, easily, but you give yourself a birdie. You got to make sure you stay away from those rock walls. It's not a lot of room to play against that wind to get cute with it and try to get it up to the more sunnier part of the hole. But you also don't want to. Actually, if you go OB, you're better off than if you hit the rock and get stuck in the sand.
Absolutely.
That part is challenging.
So we're finally seeing a little bit of like partner interaction.
Okay, and he went. I forgot about that layup spot.
I was like, sir. This has been aced. Yes? This has been aced.
Aced. Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, it could be punishing. Well, you're right. No, you're right. The drop was usually okay here. Correct?
I think
depending on where you...
Yes. Oh.
Oh, yeah, I've hit that shot like 38,000 times. And, okay, so that'll be interesting to see where we end up. We will get another match going here shortly on the other streaming cabinet. We got 2 games on the stage. We've got 22 games total Golden Tees. We've got 3 Silver Strikes here in the room at the Palms. And we are just getting started. Now, this is not an ideal look.
No.
Because
you pretty much have to bank it and hope the wind is kind.
The wind, the green was kind. Yes, so this is the drop I remember. Which, by the way, if you had a strong wind in your face here, was also not very fun. This is not a bad look.
No.
Oh, boy.
Keep that lead rolling.
Great putt. Very nicely done. Very, very nicely done. All right, so a lot of action. Not a ton of movement. All right, so 2 holes left. Ah, yes. So, yeah, what do? Do you going into the chute?
I feel
or are
like you
gonna
have
cut-
to.
Yeah. Let's see. I mean, the chute for the most part can be kind. Get stuck in there. I don't love this if you're going to have to cut this. Yeah, I don't love this at all. I think you're, well, especially with a lead, I would just put it up there, and if you.
Yeah, but I got to be honest. Miller is one of those guys who hits a lot of interesting shots. So we'll just trust his judgment here, and
That's
safe.
Yeah, that's
Safe.
par. Most likely. That's actually a really good cut. That's a really good shot. Now, I like the low tee. Gotta just make sure you. Keep cutting in. That's the problem with the low tee, though, is you really gotta hit it. Nothing to overthink here. Perfect. Very nice. All right, so 1 back. But a lot of room to, a lot to make up. This was always, I was never comfortable with this shot.
No. The wind, you get into a wind like this, and you're like, oh, this is great. And then you hit that rock wall, and then the ball just goes nowhere sometimes, and you're like, he hit that hard enough with the 4.
Well, you're always in a spot like this with a long putt and a long chip, unless you have like a really good look, big outwind. But this also, for some reason, I hit these rock walls a lot, and I'm looking at it now with a high tee. It was never that bad, but at the moment, it
No,
didn't go well.
but if you think about the
It's-
non-high tee
yeah,
opportunities,
it did not go well. Shocking. All right, so we are winding down the first round matches on the stream from the doubles.
oh,
That
again,
was-
they've got enough of a lead. I think they'll be okay. But
you could
that-
putt this, right? Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
that- I don't remember. Maybe once or twice getting a nice, a nice drop like that. But
Yeah,
we'll
this-
take it.
This is nice. Look at that. Very nice. Very, very nice. Okay. So there it is. Wrapping up match 1. We'll practice. And we will move on to other matches here. You're watching the Golden Tee World Championship at the Palms in Las Vegas. Taps in, and there we go.
All right, I know Richard King was working on adjusting one of the cameras, so I believe Travis should have a few more matches. Let's take a look at the document. All right, we're going to pull up what matches are coming up. Mr. Tresser is going to get some matches on the stream, and we'll be back after a short break at the Golden Tee World Championship.